This video is brought to you by Ravenscraft Realty of Northeast Missouri. It's a glorious Sunday here in lovely and cool Northeast Missouri. I just got back from church. Of course, it is a Sunday. I am a practicing Christian. So I got back from church, got myself changed into some not church clothes, and I already fed my cats. And Dad should be coming down here to the grain bins any minute now, and we're gonna get some things sealed up and get ready for shelling corn. Hopefully tomorrow. I wanted to show you guys something here at my awesome bachelor pad. Aside from my cool flowers here, I have some irises that are somehow alive. My hostas are blooming again. My cool flag. And it's right over here is what I want to show you. If I'm trucking down here to my house and I ever need to use the facilities, I could just walk over here and use this, but it looks like it's already occupied.
It should not be that big of a gap.
Yeah, like Dad said, we got to silicone this big gap up so that we don't end up with things like this. Well, this is from not having the shield on in the first place. So I can't read very well, so apparently this is not just straight up silicone. This is actually like trim mold. Oh well, it'll be all right. But we got this sealed up a lot better than it was. This is the first thing to go in the new Jaden and Logan trailer. Is it gonna fit? Oh yeah, keep on going. Nice. Building a fence for the dogs. And by for the dogs, I mean to keep the dogs, which is you, out of the garden, because you've been eating my peppers. Today is the day. I'm going to start shelling corn, hopefully. Bryce is going to take the one load in the overhead bin. I think he's going to take that on over to East Hannibal. And Dad hasn't gotten the combine going yet, but I'm sure we'll get to the bottom at some point here this afternoon. And this morning, Jaden, Bryce, and I worked on those two-row planters there. Over here at CGB, East Hannibal, Bryce took one load of hopper bottom corn, or hopper bin corn over here, and I've got another. There's actually still just a little bit left in the bin, so one of us may have to go get that tomorrow or later this evening. The unload auger on the combine is not turning on at the moment, so I'm going to get the last of this corn here and the hopper bin out, and this is the last of the 2024 corn, which we probably should have sold in like April, but yeah, that's how it goes. I didn't realize until I had already left last time, but somebody got a little too close to that pole there. The corn went from inside the grain tank to the auger wagons. Maybe we're making a little bit of progress. Of course, there's Jaden talking on the phone, not doing anything as usual. This has been quite a disappointing first day of harvest.
Back out in the shop here this evening. It's Monday the 8th. Today was the first day of harvest. Didn't go overly great. Had some issues with the unloading auger on the combine. Turns out we believe it was a software update on the controller. Hopefully that's fixed now. We can get along a little better tomorrow. Out working on this, the blue and white Peterbilt. We put the headache rack on it over the weekend. Got my lights all rigged up. Getting ready to put the longer air lines in. So I had to move this deal back further. Get that done, put a deck plate on it. Still got to wait for, got a set of half fenders coming for it. And the other truck still has no exhaust. So hopefully that stuff shows up before we need to use these two trucks. Meanwhile, we've got 3 trucks ready to go. Only need 2 of them down the bottom running pretty close, maybe a mile away from where we're dumping. So pretty easy to keep up, but won't be that way for long. Yeah, day 2 is not going very well either. I'm at Curryville picking up a couple of little tiny pins for a harness. they maybe might have a bad wire. It's going to run a new wire. There's one place that had them, but they are pretty little, so 22 gauge wire. Hopefully that fixes our problem. We're not getting anything done again today.
We started shelling corn on Monday, actually, and today is the first day that we've gotten more than 0 or 5 acres done. I'm actually driving Jaden's truck right now because I needed to come take over for him. I've worked on the combine a little bit more today, and not extremely productive for me. But on Monday we started shelling corn. We got 5 acres shelled that day. Unload auger for the combine would not turn on. Turned out to be like some silly solenoid, but that's the price that you pay for having, equipment that can do 40,000 bushels of corn in a day. Jay Diggity says that he has this old truck here sold, and hopefully he can get another new one, or new to him, I should say. That's not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be in there.
It's day 4 or day 2, depending on how you want to count harvest. Day 1 was kind of a bust. We got just a few acres done. The unloading auger wouldn't come on. Day 2, also a bust. Thought we had it fixed on day 1. Turns out it wasn't fixed. Had to get a solenoid that didn't show up until yesterday. So yesterday we got rolling pretty decent. Had some dryer issues, leg issues. Still having those here today. So hopefully we get lined out and going. Anyway, pretty good corn out here. I'd say we're running probably 10 bushel or so, maybe better than what it was last year. On the first field, so got a long way to go to make a determination on how good we're doing. Still got the same problem as last year as well. This X9 makes so much air, the rotors, it blows all the leaves out in the feeder house. And I have this nice giant pile outside the door that when you open the door up, they all come in. Kind of hard to keep it clean.
This is not my usual station for Harvest Crew, but Jaden sold his truck, and Jaden found the perfect truck for him, but he can't go get it until like Monday or something like that. And I don't know, I didn't feel like making him come back out to run the cart for half an afternoon, so I just told him, you know what, stay home today. Just do your thing, go drive your razor, whatever. So I am the grain cart man, the art of auger wagoneering, and we've done like 130 acres. It's 6:40 on Saturday, and I think we're going to run tomorrow too if we can get the drivers to come out. This corn is a little disappointing. It's not the worst corn ever, but not as good as I thought it should be. And yeah, some of it was Pioneer, and that number is going on the do not plant again list. When this combine's moving, man, it moves, but when it stopped, you wish you didn't have it. And sometimes for the cart man, it's a struggle to keep up with. But a guy like Jaden can do it, and I can mostly do it. I'm just out of practice. Haven't been the grain cart man full time for like 4 years. So we have gotten 135 acres done so far today. Been out here since about, 9:45. A decent day, but we're not done yet. So running the auger wagon and washing equipment are two jobs that I don't mind doing, but maybe not my favorite job in the whole wide world. I really like planting beans, and maybe someday, maybe when Dad retires or is in the nursing home, he'll let me plant some corn, but that day is not today. Done for the day. It's just after 7 o'clock. Dad said that was enough. Got half a hopper on the combine and a full cart. Guess we'll hit it again tomorrow morning. On this fine Sunday morning, I've been brush sprayer and shatter cane shopping, man. Jaden's back in the grain cart. Bryce and Jeff are running the trucks because Phil's gone. And Dad's running the combine as usual. I thought this down here close to the bluff and the pump house and the old grain elevator would make a pretty cool picture and set of video. This is the farthest south field that we have in the bottom, and the bay, or the bottom, ends right down there.
It's Sunday afternoon, about 4 o'clock. Kind of a short day. We just went down, did 2 smaller fields here, and we're moving back down the road where we started. Kind of been a rough start to the week, but got more corn down here that's not ready yet. Come back down and get that later. Try to get our first plant of corn out, and then probably be ready to cut some beans. Anyway, yeah, kind of a rough start to the week. I think we might finally have things lined out and going a little better. But I don't know. Time to tell. Got on pretty good yesterday. Didn't have any stoppages at all for the first time since we started. Hopefully our luck has turned.
Are there any other people out there who have had to put all new poly on the floor of their, or not the floor, the bottom of their John Deere HD40F recently? Because all this black poly here, well, some of them the holes lined up, but most of them the holes did not line up, and I had to use spade bit and drill bit to make my own holes. But to make this whole rivet job go easier, I bought this handy dandy little helper here. Yeah, this rivet gun, the Harbor Freight Special, as it is, $69.99, like $75 after tax. Well, I think I used farm exemption. Anyways, definitely worth the money, so you don't have to use, gotta crank her down, the bolt cutter looking ones that, compress the rivet that way. This one is quite easy. You just pull the trigger once, hold it again, and the rivet is done. So I wanted to wait until the very last one so I looked like I really knew what I was doing before I showed you guys any of this. So basically I kind of had to educatedly guess with some measuring. Of course I was still somehow off on all of them. Try to get it kind of where the hole in the metal is, and then drill my own hole. And some of them are in weird places, like that one's almost at the end of the poly. That's where the hole's supposed to be, but alas, there is no hole there. So here's my demonstration. Y'all ready for this? All right, so the rivet is in the hole. Once. Twice. Oh, it is actually not in the hole. Doggone it. So out of the 16 rivets that I've put in so far, this one here, that was the first one that I've actually screwed up. There comes the USPS man. Well, let's try this again. Oh. There, I think I'm in it this time. And then 2. Then you're done. See how easy and professional this was? Here's a cool demonstration of how these rivets work. So this thing here gets pulled down into this other part, like so. And then that's a very cheap way to secure things together. Of course, you could probably pound it out with a hammer, but very cheap. I am the dryer man, and right now my dryer man job is to press hold on the dryer so that I can go and switch the distributor over here to bin 3. Bin 2 is here behind me, and there was like a ring and a half left when I climbed up the leg 20 minutes ago. Bin 1, which is right here, it is already there's probably a ring in it left, and I'm gonna go spray brush. I just don't want something terrible to happen when I'm gone, like grain to spill out of the eaves and be on the ground. That's not very fun to scoop up. That wasn't too hard. I just had to close the doors there in the bin. Distributor should be on. Turn this here to bin 3. Got them all marked out. And now I'm gonna go press resume on the dryer panel. Man, it's a rough life being dryer man. All right, internet agronomists, how is it that corn only grows like 2.5 feet tall in the sand? but the shatter cane plant grows to full height and more in literal levee sand. How does it happen? I just don't know. Spray and brush next to the slough, and this is stuff that I sprayed last year. And as you can obviously see, it is in fact dead, except for the couple of spots that I didn't hit. So I guess if you do this year after year, you can kind of keep stuff at bay. And I don't want to get too far over here. I might roll myself over into the ditch, but if you can keep stuff at bay, then you don't have to run the track hoe. I'm really not sure if this is going to kill this mulberry tree, but I'm hoping that it screws it up enough that I can go ahead and get it killed the rest of the way next year, or take the backhoe and then dig it out. If you don't already have one, I suggest buying one of these little things. Dryer man, truck driver, brush sprayer, grain cart man, I can do it all. Jaden said he wanted to go home because he was hungry. Oh, I feel so bad for him. So I came and took over. And it's almost 9 o'clock here. So Dad and I got like probably not that many, maybe an acre of corn left. And then we'll head on home for the night. Well, Dad will head home, and then I have to backtrack back here to the bottom. Just another night. Well, that's the end of the day, also the end of the video. Bin number 2 right here behind me. It's as full as it's gonna get for now. Bin number 1, still gotta put some more corn in it tomorrow. Or maybe Dad will do that, since supposedly I'm running the combine. Don't get your hopes up. You know, I never thought I would have the chance to run the X9, but I guess I can. Well, thank you for watching the video. Really appreciate it, and hope that you all enjoyed it. Sorry this one took me 2 weeks to make. I just wasn't enough stuff that happened a week ago to have a good quality video. I'd rather have one good video in 2 weeks than two 8-minute videos. But anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one, so take care. My cat's around here somewhere. I can't find him. There he is. Come here, boy. Come here. I found him. My little orange buddy. Orange and white. He's a good little cat.